of President Trump's biggest priorities of his second term is securing the southern border, fixing the immigration system in our country. New this morning, the administration is telling ICE agents to track down hundreds of thousands of migrant children who entered the U.S. without their parents, expanding the president's mass deportation effort. Here with us now is Democratic Mayor of Santa Fe, New Mexico, Alan Weber. Mayor, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Before we get started, I heard you suffered a minor heart attack last week. I just want to check in, see how you're doing.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it.
I'm so happy to hear that. So like we mentioned, this just came out moments ago, the administration's efforts to deport unaccompanied minors. What are your concerns here? Do you have any concerns here?
I have so many, it's such an upsetting thought that our country is now doing that. I was a mayor when President Trump was in his first administration, and I was one of the mayors who went down to the southern border where they were separating kids from their parents at a facility right on the border. It was horrible. It was about as ugly and evil a thing as I've ever seen. And now to think that in the second Trump administration, they're going to simply attempt to find unaccompanied minors and deport them, taking them out of their communities, out of safe places, and sending them to homes they've never had. I cannot imagine why that is a good thing for our country. It just seems to be another attempt to be disruptive and frankly provoke more outrage. And it's not a healthy thing for our country to behave this way.
And let's focus specifically on your state. County commissioners recently voted to adopt a resolution. Just for our viewers, it's aimed at protecting immigrants from deportation efforts like this one. The New Mexico State Senate also passed a bill that would prohibit the state from releasing certain personal information to enforce federal civil immigration law. Do you support these moves? What do you hope they'll accomplish, Mayor?
Well, Santa Fe and New Mexico have long been places where we are immigrant friendly. We don't discriminate against people on the basis of their immigration status. We don't discriminate against people, period. I think the fundamental value of Santa Fe and of New Mexico is respect for all people. And what we're doing now as a community is attempting to reassert those core values and to say we welcome people here regardless of their immigration status. The county motion, the county resolution, puts them shoulder to shoulder with the city of Santa Fe. Our city constitution, our basic understanding of who we are as a community begins with the understanding that everyone is welcome in Santa Fe. And while we don't stand in the way of ICE, we will not be assisting them because we don't take information from people about what their immigration status is.
But Mayor,
yes, ma'am.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize. What about administration, Trump administration members, or just people who are saying these immigrants are breaking the law? What would your response be to that?
Well, I think we have to be very clear. We want to maintain our constitutional requirements that we conform with the law. And when the Trump administration is finding people who are criminal and here illegally, we absolutely support the idea of them being deported. But when they go after innocent kids, like you just mentioned, or break up families, or take people out of our community who have done nothing wrong and are really constructive parts of the Santa Fe community, that's where we think their policy is wrong. It's wrong on the law, we believe. It's wrong on moral grounds. You just had an update on the Pope. Santa Fe's name is the city of holy faith. And we believe in the core beliefs that we should love our neighbors as ourselves. And that's a very important law that we try to maintain. It's a higher law that we observe.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.